Our series on the U visa, and we're going to talk about the U visa cap because this is becoming one of the major issues with the U visa, including the problem of having only 10,000 of the U visa. As you can see here on this page, we have kind of analyzed how the U visa cap work. There are 10,000 visas that are issued, and this is there's no cap for the family, by the way, so it's only for the main petitioner. And if the cap is reached, you go on a waiting list, and once you get onto the waiting list, you have to wait for the USCIS to process the case. And once they process the case, they if they see there is a case of a U visa accepted. And just a note here, most of them are accepted, because if a good lawyer have assessed the case, they will know that the case is qualifying under the U visa. And of course, you have already obtained the signatures from the required from the necessary department. Then you should be able to get what we call the U visa. And at this point, you will be issued an EAD. But the problem is this is taking a lot of time, and I just opened this chart here, which is the courtesy of the Georgetown Washington College of Law. And this is an old flowchart, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Few things have changed. And if you see here, you have first the victim has to show that they have been a victim of a crime, which falls under the purview of the U visa, and we have listed that before. And once you get that, the law enforcement will sign the form I-918, and then all those details are here how they should sign it. And once it is signed and you have help, you have actually assisted the law enforcement, then you need to meet those requirements here: U visa application form, law enforcement certification, victims have signed the statement, etc. And once you get this, you can file it with the USCIS, and within 6 months, it says here within 6 months you will get a decision. But that's the problem. Back in the days, it was 6 months, and now it's no longer 6 months. It's going on 2 years, 3 years. And here, of course, once it's approved, you get a work permit, and 3 years later, after the work permit, if you meet the requirements, you can file for your adjustment of status, get a green card. Now the problem is that I use this flowchart because this was when things were moving really fast. There was not that many applications on the U visa, and the processing time was going faster. And we have done this video earlier based on the what we call based on the situation of when times were good, things were moving really fast. But now what happens if you're waiting and you're stuck there? Can you get a work permit? Well, many times people ask me that question. Back before, I used to tell them, just wait, you'll get your work permit directly on your U visa. But now that situation has changed a little bit. We are seeing that it is a good idea to actually file under the section C14, 8 CFR 274.8 dot 12 dot not dot but section subsection C14, which basically you can file a work permit based on what we call a deferred action. Deferred action is what is used also for DACA and the other kinds of situations. But a deferred action basically is based on the fact that the government is delaying on your case, not a result of your fault. The same law is used under asylum to get a work permit. So if you file under that, you will get a temporary work permit. But the question is that what do you file? You have to file the form I-765. And again, here, this is very confusing to many people who are applying for the U visa because they don't know this. And we can help you get the temporary work permit basically with the deferred action, or even file your entire U visa. The problems that we see on the U visa is one, many times people don't know they qualify, first of all. Number two, they get difficulties in getting the authorities to sign. We had a situation where the DA was kind of arguing with us in it was in Texas, where she believed that this she was very kind of quote unquote anti-immigration, and she didn't want to really sign on that. But now there are rules that kind of almost forces the agency to sign if you have at least helped the law enforcement a little bit. So only a lawyer who's familiar with that can actually kind of put the pressure for you. And it is very interesting to note that if you need help, we have been able to get situations where sometimes some crimes you will not see it's directly qualifying for your visa, but then when you question the authorities, we found out the person do qualify, and ultimately they will sign on the 918 form. So this is not very obvious sometimes when you file the U visa. It's not straightforward. However, having said that, as you know, the U visa is pretty good, and I showed the chart earlier. If you get in now, the deferred action, you get the work permit, and after the deferred action you get the EAD through the U visa itself, and after 3 years you can get a green card. And the only problem we're having now is the limitation of 10,000, and they have reached almost 30,000 application a year, and they already backlog, I think, like so many thousands of 20,000s of cases. So what happens? What we are asking right now is to pressure Congress to increase the number on the cap. Instead of 10,000, they should bring it to at least 30,000 based on the reality of the situation. So this video is not only to explain to you, but also to to advocate for this change. Please help us sign this petition. The link is below, and also please like the page on Facebook on U Visa. We will put the link also below, and we wish all of you the best, and hopefully we will see some changes on the U visa. But in the meantime, if you want a work permit, give us a call, 510-742-5887. And if you need any help on immigration, you can call the same number. The website to check is piralilaw.com. Anything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe to our videos, and comments on the comment on the bottom of it. Thank you.